Yes, guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel for 6 things that we learned from Servette 2, Chelsea 1. I'm not going to lie to you, I'm fuming with this. I'm not happy. I think it's embarrassing the way that Chelsea can go in a Conference League playoff. This isn't even a Conference League game. This is a game to get into the Conference League. And I'll be honest with you, over the course of both legs, both at Stamford Bridge and away from home, I genuinely feel as though Chelsea deserve to go out. I think Servette had so many chances in the first leg that they missed that they should have scored. And towards the end, they almost score in the 94th minute. Chelsea have scraped themselves through into the group stage draw for the Conference League. We've lost the match 2-1. It is 2 wins, 2 defeats in 4 competitive fixtures for Enzo Maresca. And I've used the analogy of the inflated balloon about watching us play against Wolves, and I'm like, bloody hell, we're going to be good. And like, this is like bringing it back to reality again. I know it's not the best starting 11, and I even look at the performance towards the end of it, and I'm seeing Nicholas Jackson come on. I'm like, is he actually trying right now? Are you trying to be bad, bro? Like, it was poor everywhere across the field, apart from a couple of performances that we'll discuss here in this 6 things we learned video, weren't good enough. And I think it's a mixture of maybe not caring so much about the competition, maybe all of these performance-based contracts and incentivized contracts that we've got, maybe there's not really many bonuses for the Conference League. So we'll just see where we go from there. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's shocking. Servette, flipping serviette, a napkin. I said it in the first one, but I'll say it here again. But I will say this, right? Credit to Servette for actually putting on a really good tie for themselves. And I genuinely think if they had a bit more self-belief, they would have won this tie. Wouldn't have only just won the game in Geneva. They'd have beaten Chelsea and knocked us out if they'd have just had a little bit more belief. I think Chelsea are so lucky here to be in the draw for the group stage of the Conference League. The way that the game went, it's actually crazy to think that we've only just gone through based on the way that we started. I think the first half started well. I thought Mudryk started the game quite well. I think Christopher Nkunku was bright. Renato Veiga, best player on the pitch today for Chelsea. It's a first time volleyed pass to Mudryk, who does well, takes a touch, goes past the defender brings him down. The penalty from Christopher Nkunku was absolutely brilliant. It's emphatic. I like the way that Nkunku takes penalties. He just puts his foot through the ball, and he's put it with so much power that even when the goalkeeper goes the right way, which he also did in the first leg, he's already beaten by the time he gets down to it. So it's a great penalty from Christopher Nkunku. Then Chelsea do what we do so often last season, and like it's literally a curse of the club at this point. It's a symptom that we just can't get rid of. We're diseased when it comes to inviting pressure unnecessarily on ourselves and doing the opposite to what we did at Wolves, which was see that pressure's coming onto us, flip the switch and start to dominate games, be clinical in the final third, make the right passes, make the right runs. We're going to talk about that as we get into the players in the boxes here today, but the right runs weren't being made. And then before half-time, Servette score. And then even closer towards half-time, Servette gain control of the match. We go in at half-time, and then whatever Enzo Maresca said at half-time, not much of a change for the second half. We start to control the game again, but the same pattern happens in the second half. And then with about 15 minutes to go, how there's a free header in the box with 2 players, like it's literally a Servette sandwich, with 2 Chelsea defenders doing absolutely nothing. The defence, guys, as much as we were blistering going forward against Wolves, and we still created some chances today, their keeper made some good saves, but like defensively, we are shocking. Shocking. That was so bad from some of the defenders out there today, and I will talk about them because it needs to be discussed here. Chelsea have gone through, but we've lost the game. And it's because the defence is just so poor. And we're so lucky that it wasn't any worse. 2-1. And then after that, like, Nicholas Jackson can't hold a basic run. I thought he was onside on the stream at first, but he was way off. And then Cole Palmer hits the crossbar, but even if it had gone in, it would have been ruled out for offside. Chelsea beaten 2-1. And we've got to go through here the boxes on 6 things we learn. And look, I've given a red for Benoit Badiashile and Axel Disasi. The Monaco boys together. Look, both of these two players, I'm sorry, but I've got to say it again. Trevor Chalobah has been banished from Chelsea Football Club. Tell me in the comments down below, tell me, be honest, there's no way that Badiashile and Disasi are better footballers than Trevor Chalobah. And we have banished this guy in the name of trying to sell him, unsuccessfully by the way, to allow Benoit Badiashile and Axel Disasi to still play for Chelsea. I do not understand it. I thought Disasi was awful. Badiashile, honestly, I feel as though the man is playing with shin splints. When he first played for Chelsea, I was like, God, he looks so manoeuvrable. He's so quick on the ball. He gets rid of it. He puts tackles in, standing leg, goes forward. Like, what has happened to Benoit Badiashile? He is an absolute shell of the player that we first bought. After 6 good months, since then, it's been like this. Downward curve, downward trajectory the whole time. And between the two of them, I find it angers me actually. It pisses me off beyond your wildest comprehension that Trev is being shunned out of this club for these two. Shocking. Sell them both. Box number 2 is a green for Christopher Nkunku. I'm giving him a green because, to be fair, it's a great penalty and he could have had an assist for Palmer. I think he was sitting there in pockets of space, looking to be on the ball. He was good on the ball. I think at times maybe he needs to do a lot more to kind of influence the game a bit more when Chelsea aren't creating things. We needed someone out there today to kind of grab the game by the scruff of the neck. I think we had a lot of people like Mark Yu working hard. Then you've got your box number 3s and it's a red for Mykhailo Mudryk. Honestly, I feel as though today was the last chance saloon. I said it in my preview. I thought Mudryk was going to be the difference maker for us. And it was just blind stupidity from me. From the moment that he won the penalty, it all went downhill. Winning the penalty is fine, but like, he just did the right thing. And this is the problem here. We can praise moments in isolation, but the overall story, when it comes to Mykhailo Mudryk, is massive underperformer, huge imposter syndrome on the football pitch. Like, are you a footballer at times, I think, genuinely? And I don't want to sound like I'm being horrible, but I also don't want to sugarcoat it anymore. Mudryk isn't at Chelsea's level. Decision-making, there was a moment, I think it was the 39th minute of the first half. Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall is running with the ball. Not the quickest player in the world. And there is an opportunity for exactly the same run that we saw from Pedro Neto against Wolves to assist for Joao Felix. Mudryk starts to slow down. Dewsbury-Hall then hits the ball around the defender, does the run for himself because Mudryk didn't do it. And then obviously, because Dewsbury-Hall's not very quick, the defender intercepts it, the chance is gone, never existed. That is the problem. Mudryk doesn't see what needs to be done off the ball, and that is apparently what he's been good at, because when he's on the ball, he gives it away. There's also a moment in the second half where there's a breakaway, Servette are starting to commit more men forward because they finally see that they could get something from the game. Mudryk wins the initial header on the outside of the box. Finally, we've got a chance. He's got the whole pitch ahead of him. He runs, and he's in. He's in! And then the final touch is like, what are you doing, bruv? Just shoot! You're on the left wing. Surely you got a left foot. Try and bury it past the goalie. No. Tries to do too much again. Overplays it. And it's not good enough. I'm sorry, but I'm done with him. I'm done. This is a poor performance. A poor result. And I've been patient. I have been. Moving into box number 4. It's a red for intensity. I think for me, as a fan, Chelsea Football Club, by the way, were charging people a £5 to watch this. And they couldn't even get the stream to work properly. To charge people a £5 and then see the team play with that kind of intensity, it makes me wonder what the point of us watching the Conference League game is going to be. Because if the players look like there's not really like any urgency to get back into the games, to really take it by the scruff of the neck, look at the quality that we've got and be like, let's entertain people. Chelsea was so bad over the course of both of these games, and we won the first one, but like, now that we've actually lost this match, and I'm talking specifically about this game, overall, we're so lucky to go through here. And I'm going to keep saying it because like we've got through by the skin of our teeth, but the intensity of what we did today just wasn't there. And it does make me wonder, like, do we even care about the Conference League? And I even said it in my stream. Like, there was a moment where we're 3-0 up on aggregate, and I'm like, if we somehow go out here, like, I'm actually going to believe a conspiracy theory that we don't want to be in the competition. Genuinely. Maybe it's for like UEFA fines or whatever that's coming our way. Probably not. But moving into box number 5, I've given a green to Renato Veiga. Not only is this man very endearing to the Chelsea fans right now, he had a great press conference before. I think he was the best player on the pitch for us today. And I think what was very key to see was that he looked so comfortable in that inverted fullback role. And when Enzo Fernandez comes off, Moises Caicedo comes on. Caicedo started spraying the ball around, but then he also put in a poor performance towards the end. But with Veiga, he looks so much more comfortable further up the field than he does when he's being asked to be a conventional left back. And Chelsea in general, when we stop the whole inverted thing, we're just inviting pressure. And I think Maresca's got that really wrong today. As much as between everybody, there wasn't enough good performances. I've talked about Nkunku and Veiga here, but I finished with Dewsbury-Hall, who by the end of this game, how he ended this game on the pitch is beyond me. He was a passenger for almost the entirety of the game. I'm thinking like, yeah, this guy brings goals, he brings assists. But right now, I've got a huge question mark about Dewsbury-Hall. I'm like, if you're going to play like that, mate, I'm confused here. I'm confused about what the logic was with the signing. And I'm very confused about what he was doing out there on the pitch today. He was a passenger. He wasn't involved at all. He was slow. His final decision-making was poor. And overall, as Chelsea fans, we should not be happy with this. And as much as I'm not going to just go like throwing all my toys out the pram and saying that all of the positivity after Wolves was worthless, like this wasn't our best team. And I think we will be different against Palace at the weekend. I think we'll go and put in a real good shift at Stamford Bridge. We're going to have to because we need to win the Stamford Bridge crowd back. So this is not good. We're through. That's good. But like, bloody hell, man. Well done, Servette, for the win. And well played over the 2 legs. Wish you all the best for your season in Switzerland. But Chelsea, pull your finger out. Let me know the 6 things you learned in the comments down below. Thank you for watching the stream. 3.5 hours of being live. Excellent stuff. Subscribe if you are new. Hit the like button. And Osimhen. I think we might need him after that finishing from Jackson at the end. See you in a bit.